Hey folks, and welcome to the CGS Year in Review 2019, and I have had quite an outstanding year. It's been absolutely great taking you along the journey with me, and for those of you that have been there the whole year, you hopefully have had a lot of fun coming along with me too. We started the year with a rock board pedal demo, so we built a pedal board, and that was from my good friends from GitCon from Warwick Framers, who sent me the rock board, and we had a good time with that. We then looked at a pawn shop pre-CBS Fender that was not a pre-CBS Fender, it was some type of a fake, so we highlighted that. We did a lot of work this year with the Axe effects. Most of the demos I've done this year on guitars and gear have included or involved the Axe effects, so I'm enjoying that, and yeah, really going to be making good use of it going forward as well. So hope you're enjoying the tones out of that. We looked at the vintage. All of you asked me to get hold of a vintage guitar, and I finally got hold of the GMPRG one, the Greenie Moore Relic, and we quite liked it. It had some sharp frets, but most of you really quite liked it. I didn't like the Relic job because you know that I'm not the biggest fan of Relics, but there we go. I did as I was asked and gave you the content that you wanted. I was really delighted to get the European exclusive on the Supro Blues King 12, and I had my good buddy come in to do a demo on that, and it was so much fun to have Connor in, and you guys really enjoyed that. I reviewed 4 guitars from Framers that I did while I was out at GitCon. The videos rolled over into the new year, and we had fun looking at those, as well as the Phil X that I bought, and all you guys were really supportive over that. And thanks again to you guys, because it was actually the revenue from my YouTube videos I used to buy that. So it's down to you guys. That's your little present to me, and it's a huge one. Really love it. We did lots and lots of Glary guitars this year. We did 5 Glarys. We did a couple of acoustics, 2 electrics, and a bass. And they had varying degrees of things that I needed to do with them. I have to say, the black Glary Strat I still use to warm up to this day. So for the cost of that guitar, really, really good value. We did a video, the very popular video was my video on Chibson killers, giving you alternatives to buying Chibsons and why I thought that they were a better guitar than the Chibsons. That included the vintage and a couple of Harley Bentons. Good fun. I showed you some of my collection of guitars this year, at least 4 of my guitars. I showed you my Jackson, my Charvel, my PRS SE Torero, and I also showed you the Brian May guitar. So they were all on the list, and we had a bit of fun with those this year. I did lots and lots of interviews and had so many guests on, it's difficult for me to list the amount of people. Steve from Boston's been on the channel lots and lots of times, but just from memory, I had Mark Daly, a fantastic artist, who kindly did an interview with me. Joss Allen came to visit, and we had that hilarious April Fool's shred pedal gag going on. I had a video with Dr. Rick back from GitCon. Bradders has been on 2 or 3, maybe even more, maybe 4 times on the channel, especially if you count the live shows that I've been doing more recently. We had a real good time with that. Samurai Guitarist, Sean Daniel, Adam Neely, Rick Beato, Chappers, I mean the list goes on and on and on. Phil McKnight, my goodness. I've had such a fortunate year to meet so many great YouTubers and make so many new friends. It's been fabulous to bring those on the channel and to have them guest here, and also the guests that have visited as well, like Lewis from LT Custom Guitars, who I'm very close with, and most recently Stuart from SBC Guitars. Great to have those guys come in and visit in the studio. Pedal Patch, that was great to have Phil in, and we had a real good time on that as well. So I've had a lot of people sit on this sofa this year and also interview them elsewhere. I hope you've enjoyed that. We did the Epiphone versus Chibson video. That was another very, very big popular video for me this year. and it was going into the detail of how I can see so many similarities between Chibson build and the Epiphone build. And I did my godson's Epiphone guitar up as well, which was a lot of fun, and you guys seem to really enjoy that. Then, big highlight of the year for me, I was invited to Thomann TGU, Thomann Gearhead University 2019, the second one of those, and I had the time of my life, actually visiting the Thomann factory, again meeting up with a lot of my YouTube buddies that I'd already met at GitCon, plus a ton more people like Colin Scott, who I got on really, really well with, and that was just a fabulous opportunity. The kind people at Thomann looked after us really, really well. Yes, we got our flights and our hotel and all of our food, accommodation and all of that lot paid for. So you could kind of say that they were paid reviews, but the great thing with that is there was no pressure to make any videos, and every single video that we did make out there, we were encouraged to give you our honest opinion on it. And actually, I saved the reviews, and I didn't do that many reviews while I was out there because it's very difficult when you're trying to make friends and to network with the other YouTubers and a few of the brands that were out there as well. So I did a lot of the reviews when I got back, which I found worked really well, and I think that you guys enjoyed that as well. But what I did do while we were out there is had a great time with Max, with Nathan Navarro, with Ben A from Thomann, from Harley Benton Guitars. We did guitar golf, which was tons of fun, and of course Simona Sansovini, who was involved in that as well. And who else? Let me think. Jay Leonard J, and of course he was MVP, YouTube's best kept secret, a later video that I did. Really enjoy hanging with him and also meeting some of the other guys that I did. I did an open letter to Gibson following the whole Mark Agnesi and Play Authentic video, and you received that really, really well. You really liked my take on it. I do try to keep this channel very positive and look for solutions rather than problems. You know, I'm not a drama channel, that is for absolute sure. I do watch a couple, but it's not my style. But I hope that going forward you've enjoyed my take on some of these things, and you certainly seem to enjoy my take on the whole Gibson issue. We met up with Pete Thorne at TGU, and I brought you a video on the PT15, which again was really, really popular, and it was great because I got to play Pete's Sir guitar as well and jam out a little bit with Pete Thorne, which was lovely because we met at GitCon, but we didn't get a chance to make a video together. So we righted that wrong at TGU, and he's a lovely, lovely chap. Talking of lovely chaps, I've been in quite a lot of close contact with my dear friend Robert Baker, who I have yet to meet, but I will get to meet at NAMM in January over in Anaheim, and I can't wait to meet him. He very kindly sent me his tone on the Axe-Fx, and I recreated it and posted it for you guys. We tried out my first classical with the Sanchez Martinez guitar, and you seem to enjoy that, and I came up with a classical lick that not even I could play, so that was a lot of fun. Mentioned previously that I met up with my buddy for the first time this year, LT, Lewis Trower from LT Custom Guitars, and we've become really good friends. I got to show you 14 of his builds, and I also got to demo 2 of his guitars for you this year, and that was really great. And from that moment we hit it off so well that he's been instrumental in developing some very interesting and exciting projects for next year, which I've already announced. The British Boutique Guitar Festival, which we will be doing together on the 25th of July in Haywards Heath in the UK. So that is going to be great fun, and Lewis is a great guy, and I've really enjoyed my involvement and getting to know him. He's a really good luthier, and what's more, a really genuine and nice guy. I also had a lovely second CD signed by Gordon Giltrap because I demoed his tribute guitar to his son later in the year, and again you seem to really enjoy that. But it was a real honour for me that Gordon heard my review, he knew I was doing it, and he was kind enough to send me a signed CD again with best wishes as well. So that was a lovely little touch. I've been in touch with the guys from Scar My Guitar. I've created a very unique design for them, which I think has given them quite a big challenge and quite a big headache, because 6 months later on We're still no further with it, but they have assured me that that guitar will get built and we will be finishing up that Scar My Guitar project. So look out for that in 2020. I bought the Dan Electric 12 string, the XT12. Now, I borrow guitars. All of the guitars I borrow, with exception of probably the Harley Bentons. Most of the time they require me to keep those. But going back to the Dano 12 string, borrowed that from John Hornby Skews, who I've had a really close relationship with this year. We did the States Bro, we did the Vintage, we did the Sanchez Martinez. But when they sent me that Dan Electric, I had to buy it. Normally the guitars come, I do the demo for you guys, and then they get sent back for sale or for further reviews. But I had to buy that one, so we've kept that, and it is lovely. I've done a lot of top 5 in 5s. I think that in the main, you guys have really quite enjoyed the top 5 in 5s. Similarly to my history of the Vox AC30, they're a little bit different, a little bit off the wall, and they reflect probably a lot better the change in direction of my channel over the last few years. And I'm trying to bring some varied content that you'll find entertaining, interesting, and will keep you watching. And more importantly, commenting and liking the videos and subscribing, of course. So hopefully you're enjoying those. Then came the second huge honour and massive surprise for me when I got a Skype call from Henning Pauly, chatting to me for an hour almost to talk to me about his concept for 42 Gear Street and how that follows on from his ideas for GitCon and TGU. And I was so impressed with Henning's attitude and approach to these events, and absolutely honoured to be invited to the very first 42 Gear Street, 42 GS1. And again, he didn't disappoint. Meeting Henning in person was an absolute joy and pleasure. The guy is really knowledgeable, really straightforward, honest and down to earth. He's got a wicked sense of humour, very silly, very naughty, but really good sense of humour, and we hit it off like a house on fire. And I can't wait to go back over and spend some time one-on-one with Henning. I've promised, and he's invited me to go and visit with him on my own. And I really, really hope that things work out for 42 GS2, because I can tell you for now, if I get invited, if I'm fortunate enough, I'll definitely be going to that as well, because I had a great time and met loads of new people that I hadn't met before. I got better acquainted with Glenn Fricker. I met the wonderful Gabor from that Super Fun Time Happy Awesome Show, pedal show, whatever it's called. RJ Ronquillo was an absolute joy, and yeah, loads of guys there. Tom from Elevated Jam Tracks, Eric from Living Room Gear Demos. I'm bound to be missing loads of people that I just got on really well with over there. We had a real good time. Vlad, of course, Vlad, and Rick Hollis, reaffirmed and got better acquainted with Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum. A really good bunch of people, and it gave me loads of video footage as well, because I did a couple of rev pedals. I met Dave Friedman and managed to interview Dave Friedman. That was a real highlight of my year, because the guy is an absolute living legend, and had a great interview with him that he really enjoyed, and hope that that will generate and develop a good onward-going relationship with him as well. I played my first Chapman guitar. That wasn't at Gear Street, but that kind of fit in around, so that I mixed the content up a little bit. But I did meet with Thomas Blug, the inventor of the Blug Guitar 1, and did a video on both of his units, and he's sending me a unit to do some more in-depth review on later in the year, as did Gilliam from Two Notes. So he's very kindly sent me the Captor that I've already loved working with. I love the IR, the standard IR built into the Captor 8, and haven't really got round to doing the demo on the Cab M yet, because I've enjoyed the IR on the Captor so much. So again, really great networking opportunity. Once more, I haven't charged for any of those demos. I've done them because it helps the brands and it helps get the message across and gives an impartial input to you guys who support and watch me. I've done more Harley Bentons than you can shake a stick at this year. Acoustics, electrics. The only thing I think I haven't done is Harley Benton basses. Although, of course, I have to say, Ortega bass, little tiny bass over there, there is a demo coming up of that very soon. I've got lots of gear hanging over to do more reviews on next year, but I'm trying to keep it varied and mix it up and not do reviews all the time, so that you guys have lots of different type of footage and videos that you can get into. So I was very, well, overwhelmed to be invited by the guys at Fender to go to the Ultra range launch, and I made a somewhat controversial video about the Fender Ultra range, 10 reasons to hate it, because it seems that when Fender brought that out, there was a lot of hate about, and it seems that I think drama and hate videos seem to get more viewers than you know, straightforward or positive reviews and feedback and reporting. But I kind of put my spin on it again, a little bit like I did with the Gibson Play Authentic thing, and tried to put across the other side of the story. Hopefully you found that fair game and interesting, if a little clickbaity. I think it was my most clickbaity title of the year, but hey, everybody does it from time to time. But following on from that launch video, I was delighted to be invited to go with Carl Golden, my buddy Carl Golden, Mike Bradley and Adam Lee, to go up to the Fender HQ for a day and make some content there, which was absolutely outstanding. My buddy Mikey at Fender facilitated that, and he's a lovely, lovely guy. And again, another friend that I've made this year that I think will be a friend for a long time. And that's the nicest thing about this role, this crazy, strange, unexpected YouTube journey that I'm on. And that's the part I love, is the connection, the interpersonal connection, not only with all these brands and YouTubers, but with you guys. And in fact, it led me to do more live streaming this year, which led me to understand the whole Patreon thing. And now I'm even on Patreon, which I never thought I would say, but has really brought me closer to those that are really, really close, regular supporters of the channel. It gives them an outlet to support the channel, and it's allowed me to make personal contact with them and help them out. And in fact, you're going to see some footage coming up soon, a couple of videos, or a video at least, and maybe a live show with Jack the Rabbit, who is a fantastic singer and songwriter that I would never have met properly if it wasn't for getting onto Patreon. So all positive stuff. I had a really good time. More recently, coming towards the end of the year now, I did a video on White Island, which was a huge disaster, natural disaster that unfortunately killed lots of people just before Christmas. But it was a place that I visited, so it was close to my heart. And you guys were really charitable in making allowance for me putting up a video that completely deviated from music and guitar and just focused on trying to send a positive message out to the people of New Zealand and to the families of those affected and killed in that horrible natural disaster. These things happen, and as I said in that video, life's short. We're here for a good time, not a long time, and I know the people on that island, as unfortunate as they were to be there when it erupted, I know they were having the time of their lives. So it was a way of making a video just to send out my best wishes to those affected. And I'm glad you always indulge that. It was like the Pee Wee Toms song last year, See You Later, Ta-ta, bye-bye. You always indulge that kind of deviation, and I really appreciate that. Those videos do really, really well, and just show me that I'm absolutely right to have changed the name of the channel. So we dropped China Guitar Skeptic this year in favour of just CGS, which can mean anything. And you guys have been incredibly supportive on that as well. So thank you so much for that. It really does make me feel like I'm accepted in the guitar community, and makes me feel like I'm a part of the guitar community which I love being involved in and connecting with you guys. We then did, most recently, we've just been looking at the old pod version 2. It's away at the moment, but I've really enjoyed picking up a bit of old kit and just showing that you can get really good value out of old equipment still. So I know that loads of you have really enjoyed that, and there is a second part coming, and it should be with you next Tuesday, fingers crossed. So it'll be one of the first videos of the new year, and I hope you're looking forward to that as much as I am. We also met up with SBC Guitars, Scatterbrain Concepts. Again, introduced to me by Lewis from LT Custom Guitars, and another brand that's going to be at our British Boutique Guitar Festival on the 25th of July next year, 2020. And Stuart's a really great guy and makes some incredible custom guitars with really nice reclaimed woods, which I really love. So we've done one review of one of his guitars, and there's another one coming for you to look forward to. So lots to look forward to. Not only that to look forward to, but the British Boutique Guitar Festival. I've already confirmed my buddies Mike Bradley and Carl Golden for that, and I'll be there, of course, and I'm pretty sure that we've got another couple, maybe 3 YouTubers involved in that. And again, inspired by Henning, really, and it's not the same event, it's very different, because I didn't want to copy what Henning did, but what I saw was a gap where we've got guitar trade shows, or trade shows as it were, with exhibitors that have YouTubers perhaps playing on the stands or making an appearance for them, or even doing clinics sometimes. But I kind of mixed up the whole Henning concept, 42 Gear Street and GitCon and TGU, so that we've got a proper dedicated video room for the guys to pick anybody from the exhibitors and make videos, or just make videos with each other. And also to meet you guys, which is what was really attractive to me, because what I really love is the idea of an opportunity to make proper personal contact with you guys and to get to know people, because this is a great social experience if it's positive, and most of it is entirely positive. And so we have a really, really positive environment here. I love you being part of it. I love all the comments I get on my videos, and I do try to reply to every single one of them. I promise I do read them all, and I try to reply to as many as I possibly can. So what's happening for 2020? Well, obviously we've had the name change. We've got the British Boutique Guitar Festival coming up. I also want your suggestions for what you would like to see in terms of content that I make going forward into 2020 and beyond, because I do love making videos for you guys, and it's you that should be driving this. So as always, let me know in the comment section down below the type of content that you'd like to see. I'm going to take as much information and guidance as I can from my patrons, because obviously I'm really close to those guys, and I'm making extra videos, behind the scenes videos and chat type videos with them, and live. We've had a live chat the other day, and I got to meet Ian Wood face to face, which was really lovely. So you guys let me know what you'd like to see in 2020 and beyond, and I'll do my very, very best to put out there the content that you guys want to see, because this channel's for you guys. It might be allegedly my channel, but it's not, it's our channel. I really have had an incredible year, 2019. I hope you've enjoyed this rather long recap. It was always going to be, with the amount that I've packed into this year, and there's tons and tons and tons of stuff that I haven't mentioned, like the bells with Phil McKnight, and some of the hilarious fun that I've had with Steve from Boston, but you know, and all the guys that I've met on these fabulous events in Germany. I really hope that this channel's going the direction that you want, and it certainly feels good to me. Did also give up my day job this year, not to do this, but to do some consulting work and to do more videos on YouTube and to spend more time with it. And I hope that's shown through in the quality and the production values of my videos. I've done my very best, and I've spent a lot of time on the videos to make them engaging and exciting for you, and I'll continue to do that. As always, thanks for your incredible support through 2019, and I can't wait to keep making content for you in 2020 and beyond. As always, if you've enjoyed it, please give it a like, because that does put a smile on my face. It puts an even bigger smile on my face when you share videos and comment in the comment section on the videos. And also, if you haven't, it can never hurt to subscribe, even though it seems like my subscription rate shows that I've been making a lot of subscribers, but YouTube seems to be knocking them off for some reason. No idea why that happens. So if you haven't subscribed yet, can't hurt. And if you do, don't forget to click that bell icon, because since GitCon, I've made 2 videos a week. We've now named them Tone Tuesday and Fretted Friday, but I've also done, in the last couple of months, I've done most Sundays as a streaming Sunday as well. Do I do too much content? Do you want less? Do you want more? Do you want more deviation? Do you want more reviews, more of the same? Let me know and I'll do my best to bring it to you. I hope 2019 has been anywhere near as good for you as it has for me, because I've had a wonderful year, and I really hope that 2020 brings you everything you wish yourself. And I just want to say a happy new year to you all, and as always, you take good care.